So Balthazar awaits.
I am yours. Now, Natha.
The Saman Havarian should be our key to entering the complex.
Ados Quarth.
This might be our last chance to do shopping. Yeah, we have 7,000 gold, so not too much. I think we can ignore the shopping thing.
Fate beckons us all.
Have you nothing else to do but bother me?
Shah guides my hand. Victory shall be.
Aye. Speak your mind if you must.
Why, hello again, Thule. I've been waiting for you. Saman Havarian. I must be cursed to keep running into you. Ah, yes. I suppose we could rehash our differences, were I a minded to, but surrounded by my slaughtered old comrades as I am, I'm hardly in the mood. I figured you'd be coming back to Amkethrin soon enough, and so I waited for you. I have a proposition if you're interested. Why should I trust you? Well, I shouldn't. I've done only what I've had to in the past. I may owe you for my unfortunate rudeness, perhaps, but overall you and I are pretty even. Even? You don't think I had much of a choice with all the business in Spellhold, did you? And for all my troubles for bringing you out to the island, I ended up losing my best ship. And then there's the business of my poor men here. If it wasn't for you and all those other balls spawn, my little smuggling business here could have continued quietly as it was. As it is, I've lost nearly all my investment, and I'm not very happy about it. So you're not laying all your misfortunes at my feet, are you? Did I say that? But you are involved, at least indirectly, whether you had any malicious intent or no. I certainly don't harbor any ill will toward you, after all. We could argue about who's done what to whom all day, or maybe less, as I imagine me being chopped to bits might make your argument a little more effective than mine. Regardless, hear me out first. I blame Balthazar, if anything. He's made my life nothing short of difficult, and now he's gone and curtailed me completely, and harmed some perfectly innocent people. He's got to pay for that. As I understand it, you've got to get inside the monastery, and I've got a couple of ideas which might enable you to do that. Interested? I'll listen. Now, I know you were more reasonable than you seemed. Alright then. The best way I can think of to get inside the monastery is through disguise. My men, scavenge a few uniforms. It's enough for you and me to bluff our way past the gate guards. I'd need to go with you, naturally. I've done this before and I know the proper codes to tell them. What do you get out of this? I get to exact revenge on Balthazar. I'm a man with a reputation to uphold, after all. I can't allow slights like this to pass, you know. Besides, I suppose I owe you one. Yeah, it doesn't sound like Samon. There's, I think there's at least 2 ways to get inside. I want to see. I don't really trust Hamon. He's great at getting us into trouble, but he's also more or less able to deliver on his promises, and not just not exactly in the way you expect. So okay, let's go with your plan. All right then. Give me a few moments to prepare. Come and talk to me again once you're ready to go. All right.
If that is your will.
There were a few
What is my task?
containers
I
here.
await your
I'd
word.
like to see what they called. Crap, 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 and not so much crap, but useful healing.
Jacques,
Okay, let's go.
trust is for the foolish and the dead.
Gonna end up in a fight anyway.
Yes, Bill?
I think we should protect ourselves from death blows. The thieves can protect themselves.
Ustanza dost. I
Aye.
shall follow your
Speak
strength.
your mind.
Let's go. Would I steer you in the wrong? Yes, you would. You always do. Well, he did get us inside.
Ah, Samon, you have done well, delivering the ball spawn as you promised. I assume they have been drugged. We do not want any trouble after all.
So, delivered us right into their hands, but we are not drugged and he got us inside the gate, so I'm fine with this. I brought him, but he may be more than you can handle. I drugged this one once before. I owe him one.
I knew Balthazar was a fool to trust you, Samon.
I would imagine this will work more to our advantage than theirs. Kill the monk.
On my honor.
No, not you. Or
Ready
you.
on it. Thy will be done.
Yes,
You.
master. What should I
Of
pick?
course, the guys who
What
are
reward
very
it is.
vulnerable
Tis
to
a role I
I
am
think
glad to
quivering
play.
palm are at the front row.
Realms.
It's coming after me.
Do not push.
Yes.
Shit.
I do not care much for being. I shall be glad to dance
Yes.
to your tune, if you but learn to play.
It shall be. Be done. What a dangerous mistake.
I am yours to command.
I shall not yield
A
to you.
solid blow.
Mages are dead.
What is it now?
Show me. Ah, mayhap this will be the end.
No, not all of them.
Go bother someone else.
How can I? Well, let's do it.
Be done.
Mortis
I await your command.
I'm busy, okay? I'm busy.
Ish.
A waste of my talents.
Yes?
Shaw guides my
I
hand.
shall not yield to you.
You just casted another proper attack spell there. Problem with the skull is that it's only a level 3 spell. It's easily protected against. Are you casting imprisonment or some other kind of crap?
Victory shall be ours.
This sparrow
You know
is ready
this.
to fly. At your command, of course.
I need to do something very fast. Okay. What spell is imprisonment? It's abjuration.
Aye, my raven?
Bah! Useless weapon.
Jacques.
Fate beckons us all. Enter Herr Delete. At last!
Well, the Banshee.
Yes, Abel.
That's necromancy.
Worthless lives end here!
A dangerous
Have you
mistake.
nothing else to do but bother me?
Die! Morty!
Ustanzado Sportsund.
Okay. Blasted thief.
What is my task?
Another day and more aimless stumbling about.
You're complaining.
Shah. I serve Shah above all others, but I shall remain with you for now.
Okay.
Victory shall be ours. You know this.
Readier than a...
Hate this. I have to reset spells again. The spell thing is sort of annoys me more than anything else, really. The fact that you have to rest in order to return and situate the situation to normal.
Jacques. Trust is for the foolish and the dead.
It's just a pointless time sink that you're forced to go through. Whatever. Let's take something.
I shall follow your strength.
Your presence here shows me how foolish I have been in gathering my army of mercenaries. I truly regret my wasted efforts at the expense of Amcathran's citizens.
Yeah, I know you're a secret, Balthazar. We're working with Abazigal and Sendai. Yeah, massive secret there. I suppose it may have appeared as such, though in truth I have plotted their destruction ever since Melisande recruited me into the Five. Okay. Is she the leader of the Five?
Melisande recognized the taint of Bhaal within me, just as she recognized it in Sendai, Abazagal, and the others, just as she recognized it in you. She lured me with promises of power and glory, but I followed her for a different reason. Only by joining the Five could I discover who the others were, and plot their demise.
So, you used me to betray the other Ballspawn for your own goals. I wish I could take the credit for this brilliant ruse, but it seems I was not the only member of the Five who plotted the downfall of the others.
Melisande is the puppet master pulling your strings in this staged production. I have merely tried to stay out of your path for as long as possible, anxious to see if you would prevail.
Why would Melisande have gathered the Five only to plot their destruction? It matters not. In the end, both Melisande and I have what we want. The other members of the Five are dead, though she and I remain at odds. And now I suppose you plan to kill me, so you can resurrect Bhaal all by yourself. Oh no, I have no such designs. Bhaal's taint is an evil blight upon the world. I have no intention of bringing the Lord of Murder back into existence. My plan is much more altruistic. I have vowed to exterminate all of Bhaal's children, forever wiping the realm clean of his tainted existence. You have merely helped me in my goal. You are a child of Bhaal as well. What happens to you?
Once I am certain I am the last, once I know there are no others, I will perform a ritual suicide. Bhaal's evil will die with me, but first I must end your evil existence.
I don't find Balthazar's plan bad one. It's also refreshing to have other motivations than power and world domination in a game. It's a take on that. Let's assume the Lord of Murder's blood is on a wide variety of creatures of all alignments, all races, all sexes. How would certain combinations really react? Surely not everyone's going to go, let's go on a murder spree. How about lawful good Ballspawn? How about paladin Ballspawn? There has to be some other end game. Other goals they could go after. And I'm glad that Balthazar in that way is included in this. An alternative end. Yeah, I'm not evil, I'm a force for good and justice. Yeah, that won't work. It might, and I don't know if it makes a difference. There is a alternative ending version of this game, and it expands a lot of these options because the logical options you go through the normal game don't really reach their logical conclusions. But it does also a lot of other things. One other main purpose of the mod is to drastically increase the difficulty of all boss fights, and that's exactly what it does. Yeah, I played through that, but it is very hard. It's not something you can half-ass. If you try, you're going to be wiped out very quickly. So even if you give it your best, there's all the likelihoods that it's going to take several attempts to get through. It is, they got that right. They basically balance them using the difficulty level slider. So, and at core difficulty, they're already very tough. I don't even want to imagine what they would be on the hardest difficulties. What they are, they're basically a lot of bullshit powers added to the bosses, much smarter use of their abilities, and how the ending unfolds is a little bit different. The basic gist of it is the same more or less, but a lot of old faces are brought back to the final confrontation, and actually that's one of the aspects that I really dislike about it. Because one of the most dullest thing and most despicable thing in a role-playing game is villains who basically pop up constantly again and again and get brought back by some bullshit reason. I hate that. I hate that thing. That's such a horrible thing to do. So there's a lot of good in that, but also a lot of shit in my opinion. So it's a mixed bag. I didn't want to include it in this. This is the game how it was, for good or bad. So what the hell are we gonna say to him? We're certainly not a force for good and justice. You won't be the first to try to kill me. Probably not the last either.
How many bodies have you left in your wake? Hundreds? Thousands? Saradouche is a smoking waste. How many other cities and towns have you brought destruction raining down upon?
I was just a passerby in Saradouche. I'm surprised the game is even bothering to try blame any kind of blame on me, because in order for that to even carry some kind of weight, you'd have to. The reality of the gameplay would have to support it somehow, and this does not. We didn't do shit there. Just passed through for maybe a day or two and then went out. It has nothing. It barely has anything to do with us. And how many corpses have you left behind? I am much the same. Our mere presence brings death, and is inevitable. It is our destiny. We are not to blame. We are slaves to our father's tainted blood.
And as your power grows, so shall the ruin sown in your passing. Kingdoms will fall, and the rivers of Faerun will run with blood.
Actually, no they won't. We already know. No, I don't accept this destiny you are laying on me.
Further conversation is pointless. I have a task which I must complete. Your death is a necessity, Bhaalspawn.
Yeah, we already know that's not what's going to happen. It was what they were going to do. Balthazar and a couple of monks. Naturally, we have our weakest members the forefront again. It's like the inverted order of what's sensible. If you put them in the back row here, in the cutscene conversations, they'll be put in the front. And that's absolutely insane. Why would you do this? There are formations here. Yeah, they're using... What are they using? Some kind of custom formation, I guess. But why not just have it the formation the guy is using? There is a... You can use... Basically, this is the same. Well, not quite this, though. Maybe this. Yeah, pretty much fits exactly. So... I don't know. Maybe that's what they are using. Is that Viconia? Yeah. But this is the exact opposite of what you would want to do. The lead guy is in the center of everything, and the guys bringing up the rear are at the front. It's you never want to use this. Every other fucking formation works at the exact opposite principle.
Yes, Abil?
Enough with that.
Destiny awaits.
Die as you must.
You deserve no less than...
Yes, master. What should I fetch now?
Now, Natha.
Lunar stuff. Yeah, Herdalis is dead.
Yes. What is it now? Fine, fine. Just stop pestering me.
To command.
Go bother someone else. Oh, all right.
Nothing I could have done.
Urgent, is it?
I'm busy, okay? I'm busy. Yes, yes, I see.
Shah guides my hand.
Have you nothing else to do but bother me?
Could you start summoning those goddamn swords?
On my honor.
What do you wish? I fear nothing.
What do you require? Consider it done.
Victory shall be ours. You know this.
I do not care much for the... Only if you're sure.
Douglas, Dosquire.
Okay.
Yes, master. What
Yes.
should I fetch now?
I will do
Lil
my
Allure
best.
for Shah!
Balthazar is immune to vorpal effects too, which makes a lot of sense. Your Juggernaut Golem cannot harm him.
Yes. Very well.
I don't think he has a much chance here anymore. He's a goddamn monk though, so casting spells on him is more or less pointless. There would be a couple of spells that ignore magic resistance, but there are very few. So I think we're just gonna leave it.
What is my task?
This sparrow is ready to fly. At your command, of course.
Where is he? Can't see shit. This is one of the things you don't want to put in your goddamn game.
Wouldn't you rather tune a sonnet, some grand melody?
Yes, Abir.
Fine, have it your way, my raven.
Ustanza dost.
I mean, effects are nice, but there has to be some way to highlight or somehow
On my honor.
bring out the
Yes.
targets
What
you
is it
really
now?
want to see. I think we're just gonna make another sword.
My weapon has no effect.
I am yours to command.
We might be able to use this.
Aye, my raven?
Sarah Buxton.
Fate beckons us all.
Yeah, you're stunned again. Ah, crap.
Shah guides my as you desire.
My weapon has no effect.
Well,
Go bother someone else.
can't be helped really.
Edwin do this, Edwin do that. Somebody
What
get
do you
this
require?
jerk a banana.
Very well.
Victory shall... If that is your will, Jacques.
Holy crap.
Yes, Abir.
Servox going down. I don't really know what's going down with him. No one's attacking him.
Ustanza dost.
Yes? Done.
I'm busy, okay? I'm busy.
Of course you're busy.
What is my task? As you ask.
I am yours to command. Trust is for the foolish and the dead.
Not pris- So be it.
Shah guides my hand.
Forget about that. Come on, for God's sakes, do as you're told.
Victory I shall follow your strength.
Balthazar seems to be doing fine.
By
Surely.
my honor, you shall not see another day.
Jacques Les.
I await your command.
On my honor. It shall be.
Yes?
Yeah, since the Warble effect isn't working on these, we're much better off using the sword as the nicky nipples.
I fear nothing.
Yes, Bill.
Yeah, just
Ultranon! Ustanza dost.
What do you require?
Dragon Fist.
You're worthless,
By my
lad!
honor,
And
you
here!
shall not see another day.
No! It cannot end like this! I shall not Balthazar.
I refuse!
The greatest of the Bhaalspawn, the Five, have been destroyed, Godchild. Nearly all of Bhaal's essence has been returned to the source. Your journey is nearly complete.
I certainly wouldn't say he's the greatest. If we would have just protected our guys from with chaotic command from the sun effect, he wouldn't have been able to do all this much against our warriors. But Melisande remains.
The one you know as Melisande is not a member of the Five, Godchild. She is no child of Bhaal. The dead god Bhaal has not been resurrected. You must understand what awaits you at the end of your journey, Godchild. And for this, the one you know as Melisande will explain for herself.
Ooh.
I am here. Speak quickly.
You are here at my sufferance, Spirit. You will answer our questions.
I am no dead thing. You have called a piece of a living goddess to you, however you have done it. Should I become aware of what you have done, you will pay dearly.
You are no goddess yet, mortal. The prophecy has not come to fruition.
It will soon enough. Everything has happened as I wished it, and this will be no different. All of Bhaal's essence will be mine.
Yeah, all Bhaal essence will be yours. I'm not sure what kind of an impact they wanted this to have. But even in Baldur's Gate 2, the betrayal thing was already done. In there, there's if you take Yoshimo in your group, at some point, it will lead to a sort of a betrayal, and that's done much better because he joins early up, and by the time things can go south, He's been within your group fairly long, and he is a fairly useful and useful member of the group. Works with the group, is part of the group fully. So when the problem arises, it's an actual problem. One of the members of your existing group basically screws you over, sort of. So yeah, that's a betrayal because it feels he might be, based on your group balance, he might be the only thief in your group. So that sort of hurts. This is nothing. This is you you at least have to suspect it. The game isn't even trying really to make it seem that she's not suspicious. So it's a totally impactless sort of a twist in the plot, because it was never really a twist anyway. Everyone sees it coming a mile away. So I think in one of the, maybe is it poster or even the actual game box, there's a image of Melissa in a sort of a special gear. So it's pretty hard at that point to try to pretend that she isn't one of the big bad baddies of the game.
Then explain yourself. If you are correct, it shall make no difference in the end.
True enough. So be it. My name is Melisande the Black-Hearted, High Matriarch and greatest Deathstalker of my Lord Murder's Baalist temple. 'Twas I who led all the chants in his holy name.
Yeah. I can see the name change. Yes. My name is Melisande the Black-Hearted. I only wanted the best for you.
'Twas I who harbored his avatar when the Lord of Murder was cast down to walk among us in the time of troubles. To his greatest priestess did he come for succor.
To my most trusted Deathstalker did I entrust the secrets of my resurrection.
Ooh, balls, avatar.
One of his priesthood needed to have access to the essence that would be collected from the Bhaal spawn. One of his priesthood would have to perform the necessary rites to give the dead Lord of Murder back that essence. And so, great Lord Bhaal entrusted that duty to me. After his death, I alone retained access to his essence, and my power grew as each one of his mortal children died, their divinity returning to the source.
And so you have betrayed me, Melisande the Black-Hearted. The time draws nigh, and yet you perform no rites!
Yeah, I hate to be the one to point out this again, Paul, but her name is Melisande the Black-Hearted. You didn't consider the possibility that she might not be totally trustworthy. Never was a part of your plan that having this one drastic fail point in your entire plan should not be trusted to a woman called Black-Hearted.
That is correct. Remain dust, my foolish god. It was I who created the Five, loosed the god spawn at each other's throats, all the while promising those fools that they would serve at Bhaal's right hand. Well, they can, in limbo for all I care.
This is also one of the reasons I sort of dislike the alternative version of this ending. Melisande is not a person who's sharing power, so she sort of kills them. Everything goes but later on she sort of brings them back to do her bidding, and I dislike that very heavily. A villain, if you're gonna kill it, kill it. Just if you're going to go that far, just end it there. Trying to keep milking those same villains all over again just it cheapens them the impact of the first encounter. Bodhi and Irenicus are, for example, brought back. That's terrible horseshit. After, especially since you already defeated Irenicus again in Hell, then bring him up again here. I mean, oh sweet Jesus, don't do that. It's sort of a sign of a designer who just can't let it go. He wants to sort of revisit all the high spots or important events right at the end. You shouldn't. It just cheapens everything that's happened before. You're sort of trying to make something super epic and have more connection to the main character, but in some instances you shouldn't. It's hard to do, but in some instances you should just walk away from it. It's over. It was great while it lasted and while it happened, but leave it there. Just don't bring it up again. And I would, in that sense, I like the original ending better. But I like the alternative ending system. Is a lot of the dialogue and options are more logical. But I think, for example, there's chance to ally with Balthazar. I mean, he is lawful good, so if you're of the same, at least good, you have a chance. If you're lawful good and don't want to see Bhaal returned, there's no logical reason why you couldn't have an ally in Balthazar. Basically, defeat Melisande together, and when there are two of them left, then it doesn't matter who wins at that point, because both are going after the same goal. And it's guaranteed that Bhaal will not be returning. So there are a lot of improvements in that. I just hate the ending in a story way. It just sucks ass in my opinion.
It was I who masqueraded as the protector of Bhaalspawn, herding the ones that the Five could not find to their doom. I led the last Bhaalspawns to Saradush and had them slaughtered!
You couldn't have known that I would be there.
No, that's true. I knew that Illacera would perish against your might, but I did not expect you to show up quite so soon. Still, you proved a fortunate arrival. Getting rid of one of the Five without it looking like my doing was one thing. But with you already in Saradush, I could turn you on Yagashura as well, after I let him into Saradush to kill the other Bhaalspawn, of course. And then you turned on the rest of those paranoid fools while I distracted them. The Five were the last thing I had to deal with before I could become the Lady of Murder myself. And you've dealt with them nicely.
So you've gotten what you wanted. No need for me to get involved then.
You are the single strongest Bhaalspawn that has ever been. More potent than any single one of the Five, even. Your essence belongs to me, and I will have it!
Yep. She's not leaving us a choice. Not one to share power, and I think this is what most of the Bhaalspawn or the Five would have been. Maybe Yagashura wasn't. Basically maneuvering around so they could, at the later stage, first ensure that all other Bhaalspawn are gone, while preparing for the inevitable fight for the top spot at the Melisande just was a bit smarter than them.
I am nearly a goddess? With your essence added to that of the rest of the Bhaal spawn, I will control all of Bhaal's abyssal realm, the throne of blood! Do you dare come and face me there? Or shall I have to hunt you down like the sorry dog that you are?
It's not like we have a choice. If you were any good, you wouldn't have needed to resort to trickery in the first place. No, that's a stupid thing to do, say. If she wasn't any good, she couldn't have done that. So she's good. It appears you leave me little choice. Too bad for you.
Then why wait? Let's see how the prophecy ends right here and now.
As you wish.
Enough. A battle here will solve nothing. Your course is set, godchild. Return to your pocket plane, and when you are ready, you will need to end its existence. Then you will be within the throne of blood, and Melisande will be at hand. She is not yet done taking the essence of Bhaal's children. I suggest that you move quickly, godchild. The final act of the prophecy awaits.
Yeah, I like this ending better. Melisande is definitely not the one to share power. She's desperate for the essence. She wants to become a goddess, and I feel that's more appropriate. I think one of the reasons why they sort of want to, in the alternative ending, to stuff all kinds of old opponents there that you met is because Melisande is so probably the weakest sort of a main opponent for you in the entire gaming series. Sarvak is much better and much more personal. Ironik is much more better and much more personal. Then there is Melisande that you don't really have any dealings with. It's not any threat at any point. You barely talk to her, and then she's suddenly out of nowhere coming to be the main bad guy, and it's never worked. I don't think in any game. You have to build it up, otherwise there's nothing there. There's no connection, and I think that's why they sort of are shoving old enemies in there to get that feeling of personal connection and get those more epic enemies there, and they shouldn't have. What should have been done, it would have been much more harder to do, is basically just do Melisande differently entirely, so she could have been a third strong villain for you to confront instead of being very bland and unremarkable in all sense. The only notable thing about her is that she's the final opponent, and that's it. It's not logically bad because she's a puppet master pulling the strings behind the scenes, but that makes her a very unappealing end boss to fight against. But
Shar
What
guides
as
my
you
hand.
wish.
Nothing
I
else to do
serve
but
Shar
bother
above
me.
all others, but I shall remain with you for now.
what's the point of giving me gems at this point? I can't go. Well, I could go to Kethran and sell them. I might do that. The reason would be quite simple, really. There are still scrolls we can buy, and they cost about 20,000 apiece.
What is
So,
my task?
Victory shall be ours. You know this. Jacques, trust is for the foolish and the dead.
Wow, normal potion feeling. I don't know how you would do a puppet master in a way that he would be a strong villain. You would have to be... She would have to defeat you or make you do things you don't want to do. Basically screw you over or your allies over in some brutal way to have those necessary connections. Maybe get a reveal a little bit earlier. I mean, a proper tough villain in a very different sense. In the sense that
Aye, a fair
even if you
gambit.
try your best against her, she can still sort of, if not totally outsmart you, still make it so that you're not going to basically win the encounter. That every time you hear she's involved in the situation, you're genuinely know it's going to be a lot of trouble. So it's not like Team Rocket. So basically a villain from your Saturday morning cartoons, where you know they're constantly try to be portrayed as something serious, but in reality they're so pathetic that it's mainly embarrassing to see them do anything.
Yes, Abil.
This
I shall follow
villain
your
doesn't really
strength.
appear in the game until the last minute kind of thing. I've
Ustanza
never seen it
Ghost.
work. It's not in the sense that it doesn't make sense, it's in the sense that there's as far as the story, meaningful story is concerned, it doesn't make sense because it has no impact.
I am yours to command. Destiny awaits.
It's like a very out of nowhere plot twist in the end of a movie. Okay, it was a twist, but it's absolute shit because it could have been anything. There's at least in some ways it has to be very clever, or you would have to
Now,
see it
Napa.
coming if you were observant enough. Then it has a bit more impact. I mean, it was hinted all along in some way here and there, but you missed it, and then it all makes sense. The pieces connect. That
Don't
might
squat. Have a
work,
look at my
but
wares. I
that's
trust you'll find them
a
all
lot
in
harder to
satisfactory
build up.
condition.
I just want to see if he actually has something we want or not. Otherwise, why may waste time here? Wish some of these might work. On the other hand, imprisonment would be one of them. I don't think we need these. They're very useful, certainly,
On my honor.
but because this is the original game, it's also, well, I wouldn't say it's casually easy at the end anymore. You do need to at least use your abilities to some extent, otherwise you're going to at least take casualties. Although party wipes might be much more harder to do. But it's not that tough compared to the Ascendancy mod. This is, I would say this is easy compared
As
to
you
it being
desire.
hard. So there's a definite difficulty difference there. What the hell is the imp? Well, we probably don't need to talk to him anymore. We didn't get anything new, did we? Yeah. Let's see what the last place holds for us.
Urgent, is it?
Try not to die this time too.
Shah guides my hand.
Manus, potentis,
Yes, master. What should I
I
fetch
do not
now?
care much for being prodded all the time.
Victory shall...
So
if
what
that
is it?
your will.
Final challenge before the end fight. Oh shit.
You should not have come to this place.
The Ravager. I am what lies within you. I am the ultimate expression of your power, Gosling. I am the last of the barricades you might have erected between yourself and destiny. Defeat me and this plane is no more. There will only be the throne of Bhaal. But you will not defeat me, for I am the Ravager. Okay, I'm willing to believe that he's
Yes.
interesting. We have more swords. Swords are
Sarahawk
always good.
stands ready.
Wonder what it does.
Jacques.
This sparrow is ready to fly.
Ooh, that sucks. Bone blades. Oh, so he's summoning blades. Huh. That's going to be a problem.
Yes, Bill.
My weapon has no effect.
Oh crap. And there comes the domination.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're
Ustanza
basically
dost.
done. We got stunned, so. Nice. Nice. But what it looks like is a very powerful demon supported by basically the same annoying blades we are summoning constantly.
Jacques.
Definitely need to protect ourselves from the mind effect. It looks like we do need to get rid of the fucking plate barrier he's erected around himself.
Yes,
We
Bill.
could use a little distraction too, so
Aye, my Raven?
don't have to do
What is
much.
it now?
Have to entertain the other plates while we do the actual fighting.
Ustanza dost. I am yours to command. Trust is for the foolish and the dead.
You should not have come to this place.
Where's the other sword?
Yes. It shall be.
Goodbye. Oh, all right.
Yes, I fear nothing.
Shah, I shall follow your strength.
Of course you don't hear anything.
Readier than a red-cheeked maiden, my friend.
Wonder if this even works on those.
I'm busy, okay? I'm busy.
Ready.
Shit, the Ravager can still function. Time stops don't work in our favor. And this is a lesson to be learned here. This will also apply to Melissa. They cannot be stopped. Their flow time cannot be stopped anymore. Okay, we need to get rid of that goddamn annoying. Slightly lower resistance. It has to have a huge resistance. What they all have. I don't think any of our guys are there though. So. Skull traps. We have a sequencer.
Have you nothing else to do but bother me?
Comments. Forward blind. Ravager, urge to kill. It's casting its thing too here, so definitely no more time stops after this. Fairly injured. Well, we got rid of a lot of the bone blades. Although I think it's just going to summon more.
Victory shall be our destiny awaits.
What?
Aye, a fair gamble is my task. Consider it done.
Yes, I see.
Saravok stands ready. So be
I
it.
do not care much for being prodded all the time. I can wait for it.
Yeah. So there's no point killing swords.
Yes, one day. One day.
Very hard to harm high resistances without a doubt. Ooh. Injured. Yeah, we're doing like we're not doing shit. That like 8 points of damage per hit to the Ravager. Probably has hundreds of
My weapon
points.
has no effect.
With the wiltings, we could have kept the swords under control.
A complete miss.
Yeah. Okay. There's infinite supply of those goddamn swords now here.
What is it now?
Not quite sure what we should even try to do with them. What's the point? We aren't really hitting the bastard. I guess it's just isn't going to be an easy one to take down, and that's it.
If I'm...
My weapon has no effect.
At least we're preventing it from casting, and that's the important part.
Do not presume.
Go bother someone else.
In Hastings.
My weapon has no effect.
Show me.
Critical strike. Yeah, now it's starting to hurt.
My weapon.
No misses for you this time.
Die!
I'm busy, okay? I'm busy. Tedious monkey work.
Die!
Critical hit after critical hit after critical hit after critical hit, which doesn't amount to much. It's the same 6 points of damage we're doing to him.
Die!
But we're managing to hit at a regular rate at this point.
This sparrow
So
is ready to fly.
that alone
At your
helps quite
command,
a
of
lot.
course. Thy will be done.
Jacques.
Have you nothing to waste of my talents?
I await your command.
Yes, Abil?
Yes?
My weapon has no effect.
Who stuns a ghost?
New healer. No, no, no. Fine.
Yeah, fine.
Is there anything we can do to it? Problem with it is that a lot of our damage spells are very low level. Actually, we have very few of them. Definitely not a damage spell focus on us. Well, that did a little bit of damage. Should be going down fairly soon. Did it die?
We draw close to the end, don't we? Very soon now, your final destiny will be in your hands.
Yes, very soon now. Good. And I have only one thing I wish to say to you, my Zins. I want you to be strong. I want you to be merciless. Be the Lord of Murder if you must, but bring terror into Melisandre's heart. Send her screaming to her death. You deserve nothing less, and I expect nothing less from you. Whatever comes of me matters not. We shall decide our fate afterwards, if it comes to that. But in case something unforeseen does occur, let me hold you for one moment. Let us kiss as if for the last time, so that I may remember this even if nothing else. Must we constantly be treated to such examples of your exhibitionism? Ah, not that I wouldn't take his place if I could. There. Now, my marvelous terror of a man. Now we go and finish this. Actually, we won.
I am now Natha.
We can, if we now basically leave, we can collapse this entire system now anytime we want. But we do want to make preparations. This is the final confrontation and first proper confrontation with Melisandre. It's not going to be easy though, or is it? I don't know. I don't recall, to be honest. It's been so long since I played this with just the original pack. There are multiple different mods that alter the ending, so you don't have to play the one where every shitty opponent from the past gets returned. We probably have to rework our spell selection to some extent, but I'm very lazy to do that, especially if it's not necessary. Bolts of Glory suck ass though. The casting time is so goddamn long. In the middle of a fight of this caliber, you can't just stop there for a round, waving your hands in the air. That just won't do anymore. We will summons included in there too. Sacrificial cannon fodder. Okay, these have. I don't think Storm of Vengeance really does anything good. Might keep one more energy blades. Yeah, and I don't think we're using the globe of blades really all that much. So more energy blades. Energy blades are basically because they'll at least hit anything. They're such and very high attack speed and range attack. So no matter what comes at us, they are at least useful. Additional weapon proficiency. Take the hammer, you're using it at least. And we'll take critical strike, because with that we can guarantee hits no matter what our enemy is. Yeah, spells for you. Probably aren't going to use grease or anything like that, but on the other hand, what are we going to use on a first level? Nothing. Potentially useful things here. We have a lot of these remove fear spells, but there is more of the in the sense that if the protections can be removed, and if some of us gets incapacitated, we have others who can pick up the slack there. Fire damage, don't see that being all that useful. But on the other hand, we can't exactly throw those skull traps freely either. Maybe we should start putting up sequencers. Okay, we're gonna take protections, proper protections. As much as we can shove in there. Time stops need to be removed. I'm taking a couple of alacrities. 2 planetars. It's very likely the first one will get destroyed. It's not a simple fight we're entering into, it has multiple stages. Another we could use is Wish. It's a way to. One of the uses of the Wish is to cast a wish that will basically make everything like you would have rested a full day. Which means basically you can restore all your spells, including the Wish, which allows you to restore your spells again, which allows you to restore your spells again and again and again. There's some variation to that, so it might not work all the time. Protected Image would be very good at this point. It basically allows me to double my casting potential. It's not needed now though. Now we need contingencies and all that jazz. Okay, let's see what we can get.
Yes.
In cactus, pulca.
Contingency. Myself, let's see. When hit, protection from magical weapons.
In cactus, pulca.
Sure, what would the best spell to put in here? but we don't have a lot of good spells to begin with. I don't. This is more of an offensive spell selection anyway. So let's put skull traps. I don't expect them to be all that useful against Melisande, but they might be against everything else. Okay, this is the more tougher one. Allows for the up to 8 level spells, so we could just put more damage spells there, I suppose. Because that's most of what we have. How about Mordecai's swords? Target myself. We're hit. We're also the contingency will already trigger the protection from magical weapons. We could maybe we should put attacks there. Last hit die. Yeah, Abidal's sorry wiltings. Don't even know if they work on anything, but we might as well test it. We could include summons in there too, but I'm not sure I want to include all that many summons there. If we have already a decent amount, they'll just fail anyway. I don't really know what will work here. Haven't used chain contingency all that much. We'll see.
Aye, my raven?
We might not even end up using these. It's just a way to store a couple of extra spells. And probably protection from medical weapons. Let's say hit points at 50% because he's gonna get hit constantly. It's not too bad. Okay, what do we really want here? I don't want to think about this too much. It's not going to be a great selection, I know that, but it might be good enough to get us through this. I doubt emotions, for example, work here anymore at all. What the hell would we take? Be more summoning spells. Because the minor fights might be there, so we would want to feed something into the grinder to take the brunt of the enemy attacks. Prove alacrity. Okay. Cannot rest at this time.
Victory shall be ours. You know this.
I don't think we'll be making that many preparations at the start here. I don't really know what to expect anyway.
What is it now?
We'll make the most basic of preparations, long-term buffs, and probably redistribute some of our items. Yeah, the weaker healing potions are not good enough anymore. Everyone has to have at least some of the better ones. Also, Rods of Resurrection needs to be in hand. That's another way to give full heals on others. Ooh, another Rod of Resurrection here. No, not you, someone else. Here the least, maybe. No. You are sort of a waste of space most of the time. Okay. 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 Okay.
As you did. Yes, Abil. If
So,
that is your will.
ready for the final battle. Melisande awaits.